right, everyone good to go?
That's kind of cool. Yeah, hey, how are you?
We welcome the Arizona Wildcats. We've got head coach Adia Barnes, Helena Pueyo, Esmery Martinez, and Skylar Jones. Coach, we'll have you open, and then we'll take questions.
You know, I told our players this is a new season, and just really proud of how we came out and battled. You know, Washington is a really good team, and they run, their Princeton offense is really hard to guard. And our players weren't too excited because they have to play defense for 30 seconds, and that's rare in women's basketball. But they found a way to bear down and get a win. So proud of us with this young team to get a win in the postseason. Really meaningful.
Thank you. Front row right here.
PJ Brown, Arizona Daily Star. Adia, your defense was on point right from the beginning. You were altering shots most of the game. Towards the end, you were getting you had at least 3 shot clock violations that you forced.
Mm-hmm.
What was it about that they took it up a notch today?
Yeah, well, to start the game, I think our defense was awful. Not awful, but I think they were nervous. The 3 freshmen starting, I think were like, because we let them shoot 50% from the field, and almost 50% from the 3. So was not happy with our defensive intensity. Not the making mistakes, just like our intensity. Challenged them at halftime. I thought second half was a much better defensive effort. Wouldn't you guys say so? Yeah. And maybe they settled a little bit, and then down the stretch, even better. So, but that's the way, I think, moving forward, that's the way we have to play from the beginning of the game. But I thought Courtney did a really good job of coming in and putting a lot of pressure on the ball, and then made us better, the other 4 around her. I thought Brea and I thought Esmery did a really good job of guarding the post and the guards, because we remember they play 4 guards, so that's a challenge for our post players. But I thought overall down the stretch we got better as the game went on. And, that's playing 7 players. So
In the back here.
This is David Kelly, Wildcats Radio 1290 for Skylar and Adia. Adia, you just kind of noted to Courtney, she scored just 5 points, but she was plus 16. Yeah. Skylar, just when she was in the game, what did she add to the team overall? And Adia, what else beside maybe what she was doing defensively that she was able to do there?
Courtney a dog. She gonna come in the game and she just gonna bring that spark off the bench no matter what. No matter if she plays 30 minutes or 20 minutes, it doesn't matter. She's gonna be a dog. She brings intensity off the bench defensively as well. She always presses the ball. She gets a lot of steals, deflections. She just makes a difference on the court, and she can score the ball too.
So we always talk about that dog mentality, just being tough and gritty and just relentless. And Courtney is that. Courtney's like that. It's in the middle of your back that you can't reach, and you have to find something to get to it. That's what she does, and that's what I want her to do, and that's what she's capable of doing. And she did that because her pressuring in the backcourt slowed Savia down, and that was really important because Savia is a really good player and she's a freshman. And I think by her doing that, then on the perimeter, 1 pass away, we were better in the front court. So a really huge defensive effort by her, and she hit a really big 3. When we couldn't pull away, that step back, that side step, which I don't usually like a side step 3, but that side step back 3 in the corner was huge and gave us a lot of momentum. So she came in and gave us huge minutes. And we're going to really need her to continue to play like that tomorrow. And I think for her, because she's such a good defensive player, she can get steals that creates early offense and get to the basket a little bit more. So I think she'll play even better as this tournament goes on.
Up here in the back.
Oh, sorry. Jenna Fink from KVOA News 4 Tucson for Helena and Adia. That third quarter, you were really the spark. I wrote down you had 6 points, 3 steals, 2 assists, and a rebound in the third. Mm-hmm. What was your mindset in that period? And then Adia, how important is it to see that from your senior leader?
I think our mindset, we just keep going. We just got to keep pushing. As she said, it's a new season, so you never know. But I mean, just bring energy, just keep pushing the ball, just keep pushing on defense too, and I think that was our mindset.
Yeah, so I think we were really flat in the beginning. I think we settled, and then we got more comfortable, and then got some confidence from our defense. Helena, they call her the Cookie Monster. I should call her the Stat Eater, because she just you look at the stats, you're like, oh, her stuff is always silent, and it's it'll be 14 points, 7 assists, 5 steals, 2 blocks. I mean, she had 5 blocks today, I think, right?
4.
She had 4 blocks. But we're talking about she does everything. She doesn't turn the ball over a lot. She's extremely efficient. She doesn't take a lot of shots, and she scores points with limited shots, but that's what she does. I think she's finally getting her flowers this year, and I'd say started to get them last year, but I've always said it, she's one of the most underrated players in the country. And if you watch her and you know basketball, she's a very good basketball player, and her strength is passing. So if you watch the way she passes the ball, moves the ball, for us, I ask her to do everything. So she plays the 1, she plays the 2, she plays the 3, she plays the 4, and she guards like some of their best players, and she played 40 minutes, which I don't realize I always play her 40 minutes, but she's hard to take off the floor because she does so many things. So she's special. I'm just proud of her, and I think that it shows, like her experience shows. She's the only player left from the team that went to the national championship game, and her experience and what she does down the stretch, it shows in situations like this. And she can teach these youngsters. She can teach Brea and Skylar and Jada, because it's a learning experience. They're getting tremendous experience this year that will pay dividends later.
In the back here again, and then over to Lindsay.
For Esmery and Skylar, just what did you like about the way you guys passed the ball tonight? You were able to get a lot of shots easy at the basket off the passing tonight.
Well, Ez and Pueyo did a really good job of cutting. Like, if somebody was trapped, they would just backdoor and cut, and we got a lot of good plays off that. It opened up things for Brea, for Ez, and Pueyo, and things like that. It opened up things for shooters as well. So I feel like we're playing really unselfish, and we've been playing like that for the last few months. So I think we're just all getting comfortable playing with each other, especially in this time is really important, and all the possessions matter. So.
Esmery agrees with that. But this is if you think about our team, we're the youngest team in Pac-12. We start 3 freshmen, and we've lost half of our scoring this year. So out of the 70 points, we've lost 35 points. So they're battling. They're doing. Different people are stepping up at different times, and they've done a phenomenal job. And this is a very cohesive unit, has great chemistry, love for each other, and fights without the most talent, and just finds a way to get the job done. So I'm proud of them. And people may say, "Oh, Adia, you guys are down a little bit this year. You're younger." But it's been one of the most enjoyable years to coach because it's been fun. There has been some adversity, but it's been fun with this group that just is hungry and wants to do wants to win and figure out a way with 7 players in limited practice for the last 2.5 months. So just proud of them.
Lindsay?
Lindsay Schnell, USA Today. Hi, Adia. Do you feel that you are playing for a spot in the tournament,
Yes.
tournament seeding? What do you think you need to do to solidify and make sure you have a spot there?
Yeah, this game was very important in my mind. I'm not on a committee. I'm not into I'm not like the neighbors guru with the numbers and stuff. No, I actually tried to call him the other day, but he called me back, so phone tag. But I didn't want to get stressed out and put more pressure. But I think this game was imperative to win because we lost that USC game. I think, to me, in my opinion, I think that USC game probably would have solidified us in the tournament. I think, maybe not. But I think this game was a must-win for us to have that chance. And I think that we've showed that we are a tournament team. And hopefully the committee agrees with what I say. But we've had some good wins. We've also lost a lot of close wins. But this is with a young team. And I think we're capable of winning some more games. And tomorrow will be a challenge. Tomorrow for us, it's payback because I really felt like we let the USC game slip away in Tucson a week ago, and that was a hard loss. So I think that it's a different season. I was with the team a couple years ago. It just got hot at the right time. There's a little bit of luck and a lot of hot. It's one game. It's not a 3-game series. It's one game to win. So I think that we feel good about that. I think we're in a good place. I think this game will build confidence, and I think that we're going to be ready. And I think we are a tournament team. And I also think the Pac-12 should have more than 7 teams in it, just like other conferences, if you compare us head-to-head.
In the back here?
Eden Lassie, Yahoo Sports, Adia for you. You mentioned Washington's offense and then, going up against USC tomorrow, another very difficult offense. Just with so many unique playing styles in the Pac-12, how difficult is it to transition between guarding game after game?
Yeah, I think a couple things separates the Pac-12 from other conferences. I think the first thing is elite coaching. I think we have some very good coaches in our conference that are better than most coaches in the country. I mean, you look at Tara, you look at Scott, you look at Kelly, you look at Corey, you look at Lynn. I mean, you look at JR. God, everybody's good. There isn't one bad coach in our conference, unfortunately. So really good coaches. I think really good tactical coaches and very different teams. We play Washington. They are very patient. It's very slow. It's a hard thing to play. You guard like 7 back cuts before a shot. And then it's 4 guards. And then you play USC. They're very different. They have a go-to player. They have Juju, which is only the best freshman in the country. And then they have athletic players around, so they're just different. But I think you have to adjust, and that's what basketball is. And I think that's why we're prepared for the NCAA tournament, because we've had to do that. We've won some games, and the games that we've lost have been very close against top teams, top 10 teams. So I think you just do it. You just have to find a way, and that's why it's good to be a pretty good defensive team, because then you can adjust. I think you can always be aggressive because we're aggressive. It's easier to make a passive team be aggressive and change styles. It's so I think that we're ready, and yeah, I just think we've been doing that, and I think that's why there needs to be more Pac-12 teams in the tournament, and that's why Pac-12 teams are successful in the tournament, and because we do that every game. And I don't think other conferences have that. So.
Front row.
PJ from the Arizona Daily Star. This is for As If She Can Talk, Sky and Helena.
Ez loves to be in the press conference. This is like the highlight of her day. You know that, PJ? She's like, I want to be at the press conference and talk.
Absolutely. So you had a rough weekend last weekend. The loss to USC, the senior day, that was just really tough. And you go from that and you flip the switch and you're able to play the way you can play tonight. Besides the message that Adia gave you this week about it's a new season, we're starting over, did you guys come together, as especially you two as senior leaders, and talk to the team? Was there anything that you sort of a message that you gave the youngsters or anything to say, like, we can do this, this is our time?
I feel they been new, like we need to win this game, and we didn't want to go back home today. So we really came out ready to play and ready to win. That's how everybody feel, right? So that was everything.
And they've been doing that. They've been tremendous leaders. I think Esmery's grown so much in the last year and a half. Completely different. She's always works hard every practice. She's been a great leader and mentored Brea in the post position, and Skylar and Jada. And Helena, too. Helena has a lot of experience. She's played on the biggest stages in the country with international and here in college. So they've been great leaders in different ways. They're both not the most vocal. When Esmery talks, though, you listen. You know to listen. Helena doesn't talk a lot, but when she talks, it's powerful, impactful. So I think that you can also attest to this, that they've really helped the young players.
That's a big reason why we came here. I mean, it wasn't the prettiest game, but we got the job done. And we didn't even play our best basketball, but we wanted to do this for the seniors because they had went through ups and downs for however long, and we just wanted to give them an up because they work so hard and they're just great people. We don't want them to go pro yet. We want to play a few more games with them, and we want to shock the country with 7 people. That's what we want to do with the significant 8, 7, however many.
We have 8 because of Brooklyn, but she doesn't know any offense or anything, so it's really 7.
Yeah, so 7, and we just want to, show how tight-knit of a family we really are, how far we can make it down the stretch here and in the tournament. Hopefully we make it, so, yeah.
Okay, we're going to take 2 more questions. We'll go in the back, and then Jeff.
All right, one just for Esmery here. Esmery, I know the drums are a huge thing in your culture. So what was in your heart when you went over to the band and started
I
beating
just
on
love
those?
it. I like music. I like the instrument, yeah. I love it. And bring me some feedback from home, so that's why I did it. And we're excited.
If you follow her on TikTok, you would see all kinds of dancing moves.
Yeah, y'all follow me?
Yeah, I think it's also meaningful too to have all the fans come. We had a lot of fans here from Tucson. There's so much support, and we have the best fans in the country that have supported us through ups and downs. And we've lost more games this year. Even in McHale, they don't leave early. They love us. They come here. We've seen red all over the MGM. I'm gambling all day and night. But they're getting ready to come back next week. But they came and showed up, and I think that they all can say they feel a lot of love from Tucson and our fans.
All right, Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff Metcalf, Pac-12 Hotline. I'm just wondering, because you played the 2 close games within the triple overtime and the 2-point game in Seattle, how did that help you, if it did, when you're seeing an 11-point lead shrink there down to 2, but you still are able to kind of regroup and win this game?
Do you want me to answer, or you guys? Yeah. Okay, yeah, I got it. I think that I felt like the first game at Washington, I thought we felt like we gave that game away. And we were up, we had a foul to give, there was a mistake, and it was a layup. So that was a last-second shot. That was a tough loss. And I think that we look at a lot of games that we were so close and should have won some of these games on the road or at home in overtime. We played more overtime games this year. I think we played 4 overtime games in 8 periods, so it's a lot. So I think feeling that we should have won those games. And then at home, we almost lost the game because it was a buzzer shot that didn't count. Then it was that triple overtime. I don't think I've ever coached a triple overtime game. She played 55 minutes. So I felt like today we felt like we can beat them. We know they're a good team, but just with discipline. And I think that there's confidence. We played them a couple weeks ago. And I think you guys can tell me if I'm wrong, but just confidence against them, knowing it was going to be hard to guard their offense, but knowing they have to guard us too. So I don't know, whatever you think.
Yeah, I mean, I think we know them better now. We played them twice. I know they have really good players, Juju, but I think, I mean, as I say, I think we're just ready for them. We want to win it. We're going to take it back, as you say, but yeah, I think it's just going to be a good game, and hopefully with no overtime.
And it's hard to beat a team back to back. It's hard to beat someone like, it's really hard, just like statistically, it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a row. It's hard to beat a team back to back in the postseason when they have more experience. So they're more experienced and deeper than we are. So I think that was a challenge. When I saw that 11-point lead diminishing, I was nervous because against them, they have 4 shooters on the floor. And we have a post player usually guarding a shooter, or we're at a position, or we have her playing the 4, which changes everything we do. So I was nervous, and I felt like even at 8 seconds, I'm like, that's not long enough for them, because we saw at Arizona, they hit a shot that they should have won the game if it would have counted. So we didn't, we weren't obviously content with like a little cushion. So they're a good team.
Okay, I think we'll close there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.